If you're hearing this, it means you made it through another day. And maybe that day felt heavier than you expected. Maybe you carried too many thoughts. Maybe too many voices pulled you in too many directions. Or maybe you felt like you weren't truly present in any of them. Tonight, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to fix, solve, plan, or explain. Not to anyone, not even to yourself. Tonight, you rest. Tonight, you breathe. Tonight, you let the world shrink down to the size of a quiet room, a soft voice, and a story made only for you. Before we begin, I want you to know something important. You're not broken. You're tired. And there is a difference. Your mind isn't failing you. It is protecting you by spinning, replaying, analyzing, imagining, trying to prepare you for every possible danger that never actually comes. But tonight, we are going to do something different. We are going to teach your mind how to gently release the day instead of gripping it. So take a slow breath in, very softly, without effort, and let it go, like a leaf falling from a branch. Good. Now, let me take you somewhere your mind has been needing. A place made of silence, wisdom, stillness, and a river that will change you just by listening to its story. Let's begin. 1. The night you ran away from yourself. There was a man once, someone very much like you, someone whose mind never rested, someone who carried thoughts like stones, hidden in his pockets, heavy enough to drown him whenever he tried to stand still. His name was Aurelian. He worked hard. He tried to be everything to everyone. Strong, capable, useful, reliable. But inside, he was exhausted, burned out, and invisible, even to himself. He lived in a world that demanded constant motion, more work, more speed, more goals, more proof that he was worth something. Every night, he lay in bed staring at the ceiling thinking, why can't I rest? Why can't I turn off? Why can't I feel alive again? One night, after a particularly heavy day, filled with expectations, noise, judgment, and silent disappointment, Aurelian left his home and simply walked. He didn't know where he was going. He just walked as if the ground itself was pulling him forward. He walked until the city lights fell behind him, like dying stars, and until the quiet countryside wrapped itself around him, like a blanket. Hours passed. He didn't feel tired. He didn't feel hungry. He didn't feel anything except the weight in his chest soften, just a little. Eventually, he reached a forest. Tall trees, old trunks, branches that whispered secrets to anyone willing to hear. He stepped inside, and for the first time in years, he heard something rare. Silence. He didn't know it yet, but the forest was expecting him. The air cooled. The ground softened. The wind slowed, as though even nature was telling him to take a breath for once. Aurelian walked deeper. With each step, his mind grew quieter. Not silent, but less sharp, less painful. He followed a faint trail, shimmering under the moonlight, as if guiding him. Until finally, Aurelian stepped out of the trees into a moonlit clearing. And there it was. The river. Wide, slow, silver, resting under the sky like a sleeping serpent made of light. A river so still it seemed impossible that it was alive. But it was. Alive, breathing, waiting, for him. Aurelian stepped closer. The night air cooled his skin. The river glowed as if it recognized him. He knelt beside the edge and looked down. What he saw made his own breath catch. In the reflection, he did not look tired. He did not look older. He did not look lost. He looked like himself, the self beneath the exhaustion, beneath the expectations, beneath the noise. He whispered, barely audible, "What is happening to me?" The river answered, with a ripple so delicate, could have been imagined, or absolutely real. A voice rose from the water, gentle, ancient, neither male nor female. "Aurelian," it said, "you have arrived." He froze, heart pounding, mouth dry, eyes wide. "No need to fear," the voice continued. "You have not lost your mind. You have finally found it." Aurelian stumbled backward onto the grass. "What? Are you?" The water shimmered. "I am the river of stillness. I am the place your soul waits when your body moves too fast." Aurelian felt the truth land in his chest like a soft weight. He had been running from everything: pain, pressure, people, but most of all, himself. The river continued. "You have carried too much for too long. Sit with me." Aurelian lowered himself to the riverbank. The grass was cool. The night was gentle. The air smelled like pine and rain and something older, something sacred. "Breathe," the river whispered. "Let the world fall away." Aurelian closed his eyes, and for the first time in years, he obeyed. Aurelian sat at the river's edge, eyes closed, breathing gently as the water asked him to. For a long moment, there was nothing but moonlight and the soft hum of night insects that seemed to sing in slow motion. Then the river spoke again. Its voice was softer now, like someone sitting beside him, instead of some ancient force of nature. "You are tired," it said. "Deeply tired. Not of life, but of carrying life alone." Aurelian swallowed hard. The words fit too perfectly, as if the river had been watching him for years. "I don't know how to stop," Aurelian whispered. "I try to rest, but my mind, it doesn't understand the word stop." The river exhaled, sending a cool breeze over his face. "That is because you chase stillness, like it is something to earn," the river said gently. "But stillness is not a reward. It is your birthright." Aurelian opened his eyes. Moonlight danced on the water. It felt alive, sentient, patient. "Tell me," the river continued, "why do you run?" Aurelian tightened his hands on his knees. A shiver passed through him, not from cold, but from truth, rising in his throat. "I run because I'm scared," he admitted. "I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of disappointing people. I'm scared of being less than what they expect." A small wave curled against the shore, gentle, reassuring. "And what do you expect from yourself?" the river asked. Aurelian didn't answer. He couldn't. The silence between them was heavy and revealing. "You see," the river whispered, "you demand nothing from yourself, yet you punish yourself every time you fall short of someone else's fantasy." Aurelian's throat tightened. He looked down at his hands, feeling something he hadn't felt in a long time. Sadness. Real, raw sadness. The kind that pools quietly, not violently. He felt tears welling. His voice trembled. "I don't know how to live for myself." The water shimmered brighter. "Then tonight," the river said, "you begin learning." A soft silence followed, the kind that doesn't demand anything, the kind that simply holds space. After a moment, the river continued. "Do you know what your mistake is?" Aurelian shook his head. "You tried to fix your mind by thinking harder," the river said. "But the mind cannot heal the mind." Aurelian frowned slightly. "What heals it then?" The river smiled through its ripples. "Stillness, slowness, surrender. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of release." Aurelian watched the moon's reflection stretch and ripple, as if the water was breathing. The river spoke again. You are exhausted because you grip everything: your future, your reputation, your relationships, your fears, your past, even the versions of you that no longer exist. Aurelian closed his eyes, pained. He knew the river was right. He felt every word. You hold life like a rope, the river continued, and your hands are bleeding. Aurelian's breath hitched. The metaphor cut deep. He had been clinging so desperately that he forgot he had a choice to simply let go. I don't know how, he whispered. I don't know how to release it. The river's voice softened into something almost parental. Then let me teach you, it said, not by force, but by reminding your soul of what it already knows.